Hello, how you going? Really? Okay. Alright, I'll get one for you. Hey, Robbo, can you pull over there, over to the left?
Why, mate, why?
There's that bloody vacuum cleaner and art gallery shop just over the left. The missus wants one of those bloody robo-vac things.
Alright, mate,
You want to come in? You can have a look at a bit of the art while I get one of these bloody robo-vac things.
No. Hi fellas, how are you today? How can I help you?
G'day, mate. How you going? The missus is after one of those robo-vacs.
Okay, mate, I'll go out the back and get a couple so you can have a bit of a look, alright?
Thanks, mate. Hey, Robbo, have a look at the art over there. Look at that painting. Oh, it's like Billy Boy Hogarth, painter in his pug.
William Hogarth, 10th of November 1697 to the 26th of October 1764, was an English painter, engraver, pictorial satirist, social critic, editorial cartoonist and occasional writer on art. His work ranges from realistic portraiture to comic strip-like series of pictures called Modern Moral Subjects, and he is perhaps best known for his series A Harlot's Progress, A Rake's Progress, and Marriage a la Mode. Knowledge of his work is so pervasive that satirical political illustrations in this style are often referred to as Hogarthian.
Hey, Robbo, have a look at these paintings over here. There's a whole set of them. Bit racy.
Yeah.
A Rake's Progress is a series of 8 paintings by 18th century English artist William Hogarth. The canvases were produced between 1732 and 1734, then engraved in 1734 and published in print form in 1735. The series show the decline and fall of Tom Rakewell, the spendthrift son and heir of a rich merchant, who comes to London, wastes all his money on luxurious living, prostitution and gambling, and as a consequence is imprisoned in the Fleet Prison and ultimately Bethlehem Hospital, Bedlam. The original paintings are in the collection of Sir John Soane's Museum in London, where they are normally on display for a short period each day. 1. The Heir. In the first painting, Tom has come into his fortune on the death of his miserly father. While the servants mourn, he is measured for new clothes. Although he has had a common law marriage with her, he now rejects the hand of his pregnant fiancée Sarah Young, whom he had promised to marry. She holds his ring and her mother holds his love letters. He pays her off, but she still loves him, as becomes clear in the 4th painting. Behind Tom, the administrator of the estate, filches a coin from the money bag Tom holds. Evidence of the father's miserliness abound. His portrait above the fireplace shows him counting money. Symbols of hospitality, a jack and spit, have been locked up at upper right. The coat of arms shows 3 clamped vices with the motto, "Beware." A half-starved cat reveals the father kept little food in the house, while lack of ashes in the fireplace demonstrates that he spent even less money on wood to heat his home. A servant hanging mourning crepe accidentally uncovers a cache of gold coins. The engraving, which is reversed left to right compared to the painting, shows the father went so far as to resole his shoes with a piece of leather cut from a Bible cover. An account book has an entry of the miser joyed of getting rid of a bad shilling.
Yeah, mate, I've got this one for you. It's called the Shag 'em Alone 1000. It runs pretty well. It's on special at the moment, but no return policy on this one, okay?
You're all right, mate. Can I see it? Can I hear it go?
Oh.
Rogues Gallery by Tom Boggs. The men who run the earth are all the earth need fear. Doors may protect us from the thief, not from the patrioteer. For it has ever been the rule, unruly men must rule. The brigand and his whore, the philanthropist and his tool, the duke and his aged aunt, the trader and his spawn, the dead piled up on battlefields, tea on the bishop's lawn. 2. The levee. In the second painting, Tom is at his morning levee in his new London home, attended by musicians and other hangers-on, all dressed in expensive costumes. Surrounding Tom from left to right, a music master at a harpsichord, who is supposed to represent George Friedrich Handel or Nicola Porpora, a fencing master, a quarterstaff instructor, a dancing master with a violin, a landscape gardener, Charles Bridgman, an ex-soldier offering to be a bodyguard, a bugler of a fox hunt club. At lower right is a jockey with a silver trophy showing Tom's racehorse, Silly Tom. In the background left are more hangers-on, including a poet, a wig maker and a hat maker. The quarterstaff instructor looks disapprovingly on both the fencing and dancing masters. Both masters appeared to be in the French style, which was a subject Hogarth loathed. Upon the wall, between paintings of roosters, emblems of cockfighting, there is a painting of the Judgment of Paris.
Mate, it doesn't seem to be picking up too much.
No, that's why it's on special, just between you and me. I'll go get another one for you, mate, okay?
Yeah, rightio, mate. Thank you.
Rogue by B.B. Nothing. Rogue thoughts, rogue letters, rogue signs telling me baby just climb. Rogue voices, rogue ripples in time. Having said it, all feelings collide. Rogue service, rogue settles on the shore. But maybe that's what I'm looking for. Rogue shuffle, rouge faces, rouge door. Tell me when and where, knocking, wanting more. Rogue distant, rogue thieves in the dark. Say I'm too afraid and I let it all work. Rogue lights, rogue mystery in the air. One life with too much care. Rogue city, rogue everywhere around. Just really need to slow this down.
Hello, love. Yeah, we're trying some of these Robovacs out right now, Robbo and I. Okay, mate, what's this one called?
Well, this is the Robo Duck Max. This is a bit more pricey, but I'll turn it on for you, see what you think.
Bloody hell, mate, is that the sound it makes? You'll send me Mrs. Troppo. Mate, you can have your duck. Let's move on.
3. The Orgy. The third painting depicts a wild party or orgy underway at a brothel. The prostitutes are stealing the drunken Tom's watch. On the floor at bottom right is a night watchman's staff and lantern. Souvenirs of Tom's wild night on the town. The scene takes place at the Rose Tavern, a famous brothel in Covent Garden. The prostitutes have black spots on their faces to cover syphilitic sores. 4. The Arrest. In the fourth, he narrowly escapes arrest for debt by Welsh bailiffs. as signified by the links, a Welsh emblem in their hats, as he travels in a sedan chair to a party at St James's Palace to celebrate Queen Caroline's birthday on St David's Day. St David is the patron saint of Wales. On this occasion, he is saved by the intervention of Sarah Young, the girl he had earlier rejected. She is apparently a dealer in millinery and pays the bill. In comic relief, a man filling a street lantern spills the oil on Tom's head. This is a sly reference to how blessings on a person were accompanied by oil poured on the head. In this case, the blessing being the saving of Tom by Sarah. Although Rake, being a rake, will not take the moral lesson to heart. In the engraved version, lightning flashes in the sky towards White's gambling club, and a young pickpocket has just emptied Tom's pocket. At the lower right, urchins are gambling. The painting, however, shows the young thief stealing Tom's cane and has no lightning.
Ah, mate, what's that bloody sound you got there?
Hey, Robbo, it's a robo-duck.
The Rogue by Joseph A.Wraith. I've come a long way from nowhere. I've seen a lot of nothing along the way, but the stuff I've seen often disappears all by the end of the day. I travel by night because I like the darkness, and the roads gets quiet as I go. The coolness of the evening keeps my blood at bay, and the stars lend me quite a show. I've been across deserts and high plains, across large lakes and awesome seas, rode through tornadoes and hurricanes, and heated jungles following a cool mountain breeze. I take the long roads less traveled by, and often go through life alone. I've been called a vagrant, a transient, and a wanderer, but I prefer being known as a rogue. I'm not looking for my inner self or trying to find my way. I've been down all those empty roads, and chasing someone else's ideals don't pay. I know who I am and what I'm about. I know where I am all the time. I know that I love my life on the road, and not following your dreams is the crime. I refuse to live my life in a box, gathering things I possess. I refuse to follow society's rules. For that, I'm considered useless. A person with freedoms not controlled, an animal outside the gated pen. I live my life on the outskirts and do things when I say when. For all this, I'm labelled as a bad man, a scoundrel, a crook and a knave. But let the judgment fall on them who judges me, for I see now they hell behave. I take the long roads less travelled by, and often go through life alone. I've been called a vagrant, a transient, and a wanderer, but I prefer being known as the rogue.
Hey, Robbo.
Yeah, mate.
Robo-duck. I've never heard anything like that before. Oh, bloody hell. Robo-duck. Did you have a look at the price tag?
Yeah, mate, did you see it?
Yeah, mate, bloody hell.
36 payments of $50 a month. Bloody hell, mate. Oh!
Bloody hell, the missus will have a conniption if I bought one of them. Oh! At least when they come to take the bloody house away, it'll be clean. 5. The marriage. In the 5th, Tom attempts to salvage his fortune by marrying a rich but aged and ugly old maid at St. Marylebone. In the background, Sarah arrives, holding their child while her indignant mother struggles with a guest. It looks as though Tom's eyes are already upon the pretty maid to his new wife's left during the nuptials.
Such a Parcel of Rogues in a Nation by Robert Burns. Fare we all to our Scottish fame, fare we all our ancient glory, fare we all even to the Scottish name, say famed in martial story. Now Sark rins over Solway's sands, and Tweed the rins to the ocean, to mark where England's province stands, such a parcel of rogues in a nation. What force or guile could not subdue through many warlike ages is wrought now by a coward few for hireling traitors' wages. The English stell we could disdain, secure in valor's station, but English gold has been our bane, such a parcel of rogues in a nation. Oh, would I had seen the day that Treathen thus could sell us, my old grey-headed leon in clay, wee Bruce and loyal Wallace. But pith and power till my last hour, I'll make this declaration: we're bought and sold for English gold, such a parcel of rogues in a nation. All right, love. Mate, I didn't catch your name, mate.
It's Scotty.
Well, Scotty, I tell you what, the missus wants something. Look, put it this way. We've had the Shag 'em Alone 1000. We've had your Robo Duck, but the missus wants something that can suck a bloody golf ball through a piece of garden hose. Have you got anything in stock? Can you have a look out the marketing bit out the back?
Mate, I don't hold a hose.
Six, the gaming house. The sixth painting shows Tom pleading for the assistance of the Almighty in a gambling den at White's Club after losing his reacquired wealth. Neither he nor the obsessive gamblers seems to have noticed a fire that is breaking out behind them. 7, the prison. All is lost by the seventh painting, and Tom is incarcerated in the notorious Fleet Debtors' Prison. He ignores the distress of both his angry new wife and faithful Sarah, who cannot help him this time. Both the beer boy and jailer demand money from him. Tom begins to go mad, as indicated by both a telescope for celestial observation poking out of the barred window, an apparent reference to the longitude rewards offered by the British government, and an alchemy experiment in the background. Beside Tom is a rejected play. Another inmate is writing a pamphlet on how to solve the national debt. Above the bed at right is an apparatus for wings, which is more clearly seen in the engraved version at the left. 8. The madhouse. Finally insane and violent. In the 8th painting, he ends his days in Bethlehem Hospital. Bedlam, London's infamous mental asylum. Only Sarah Young is there to comfort him, but Rakewell continues to ignore her. While some of the details in these pictures may appear disturbing to 21st century eyes, they were commonplace in Hogarth's day. For example, the fashionably dressed women in this last painting have come to the asylum as a social occasion, to be entertained by the bizarre antics of the inmates.
In the engraving, the name of the prostitute, Betty Careless, is shown carved into the rail of the stairs.
Now, Scotty, we're on the bones of our ass here, to be honest with you. And the missus has rung me up and she wants one of those Robovacs and she just wants something that's pretty bloody powerful. What have you got? I mean, we've tried a few. What have you got there?
Well, I've got one left, mate. Here it is here. All right.
Bloody hell, mate, that'd suck up the bloody floorboard.
Yeah, mate. It's a pretty powerful little thing, isn't it?
All right, mate, we'll take that one. Oh, bloody hell. The rogue's delight in praise of his strolling mort. A thief's canting song by Jerome Rothenburg. Doxio, thy glaziers shine, as glimmer by the Salomon. No gentry more had prats like thine, no carve hair wrapped with such a one. White thy fambles, red thy gan, and thy quarren's dainty ears. Couch a hogshead with me then, in the dark man's clip and kiss. What thou I know, Toggerman wear, no commission, mish or slate. Store of strummel we'll have here, and its skipper lib in state. Wapping though I know that dost love, else thy rough and clay thee mort. From thy stampers then remove thy drawers and let sprig in sport. When the late man's up does call Marguerite Pratter from her nest, and her cackling chiefs withal, in a boozing ken we'll feast. There, if flour we want, I'll mill a gauge or nip for thee a bung. Rum booze, thou shalt booze though they fill, and crash a grunting cheat that's young. Bing a was to Rome vile then. Oh, my dimber wapping dell, we'll heave a booth and dock again, then trining scape and all is well. Wench, oh, thy eyes shine as fire by the mass. No gentlewoman has thighs like thine. No fella ever made love with such a one. White thy hands, red thy mouth, and thy body dainty is. Lie down with me then, in the night embrace and kiss. What thou I know, cloak wear, nor short chemise or sheet. Plenty of straw we'll have here, and in the barn sleep in state. Copulating though I know dost love, else the devil sees thee, wench. From thy feet then remove thy stockings, and let's ride in sport. When the sun rises and does call the hen from her nest, and her chickens withal, in a tippling house we'll feast. There, if money we want, I'll steal a pot or nab for thee a purse. Excellent liquor thou shalt drink thy fill, and crunch a pig that's young. Go away to London then, oh my pretty loving wench. We'll rob a house and make love again, then hanging escape and all is well.
All right, mate, that's the one. We'll have the Samsingo Jet Bot one. How much is it?
Oh, mate, it's on special for $1,499.
Bloody hell! Mate, I'll take the Robo Duck. I'll buy a Robbo. We're going to Bunnings. I'm buying you a bloody broom.